Hello everyone, welcome to TechSharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about another very important example related to ControlValueAccessor in Angular forms, where we will see how to use setDisabledState method or setDisabledState in with ControlValueAccessor. So by the end of this session, you will be able to understand what is setDisabledState, why we use it, and the benefit of using it. But before we proceed further with this session, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released session first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow it sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic, because for time being we are just mainly focusing on how to use setDisabledState. Now here what we will do to demonstrate the things, I'll walk you through a couple of examples, and that's why, like, if you know about the previously discussed things, so things would be easy for you, because there I will just tell you the way through which we can process those things that we have already covered. And to refer the sessions in sequential manner, you can also refer the TechSharmit digital course book, which is freely available in the description box. There you will find more than 3,500 plus videos, which is available in both Hindi as well as English language. So without any language barrier, you can consume the content. Okay, alright, so let's start now. So here you can see currently I'm in app.component.html file, where I have mentioned two headings. One is Angular course by TechSharmit, and second one is ControlValueAccessor understanding setDisabledState. Now to discuss this thing, firstly we will go to app.component.ts file, so that you can understand what we have created and how we are passing it. So first thing is we need one child component. If you don't know how to create child component, you can just simply execute this command, that is Angular ng generate c component and the name of the component with folder name. So I will create like this, components / comp 1. So when you press enter here, it will create components folder, and inside that it will add comp 1. Okay, I have already created it, that's why like I'm not recreating it again. And once it is created, you know how to connect it, right? So for that, let's go to component.ts file. From here you should know about this app comp, which is selector name, and also the name of the class that we are going to use. Now in the app.component.ts file, we are just importing that comp1 component, which is class name, so that this component knows that yes, there is one child component as well. Other than that, I imported Reactive form module. Okay, and post that inside this app component class, we are firstly creating a form control with initial value. So you can see here we have name, new form control, Amit. So by default I have set the value as Amit in name. Okay, and then we have this disable, this method to disable the form control. Okay, so this method will allow us to perform the disable operation, right? So I just created this name with the name disable control, this dot name dot disable. So whenever user click on that, it will simply process it. Okay, fine. Now what we will do here, like once this is added, you can simply go to app.component.html file to design the further thing. So here I just put secondary heading setDisabledState example. Then we are using the custom component as a form control, that is comp1. So we are using the selector name here that came from here, you know, that selector. So you just connect it, and also we are passing that control which we created in app.component.ts file, this one. Okay, so we are passing it from here. After that, we added two break lines, br tag, and one button. So you can see on a button click, we are executing disable control method. So whenever user click on this button, it will perform the disable operation, and then your output will be fed to the child component. But my question is, how the child component will know that yes, we are receiving something as a control? So to check that, what we will do, or to tell that what we will do, we will go to comp1.component.ts file. Here we need to mention this thing, because these piece of code tells the Angular that this component will behave like a form control. Okay, so we have provider, provide ngValueAccessor, use existing string, use existing forward reference, that is one component, and multi-true. So we will just keep these lines. Okay, now after that, in comp1 component, what we are doing, firstly we have created one variable with a name value, and after that currently it is blank because we are going to receive the value from parent component. Then we have this disabled as false, so by default I set the disabled as false. Then we have write value. Write value is nothing but a method that holds the string as an input parameter, and then this dot value dot val. It will help us to write the value when it is updated. Similarly, we have write on register on change, that is for change, so it will track the changes, and we have register on touch, which will track the touch. If user has touched the input field, accordingly it will behave. And this is the main method that is our main topic for today's session, like setDisabledState. Here we have is disabled, which is nothing but a boolean value. So this dot disabled is disabled, that means we have disabled this thing. Okay, so I think now it is clear. Now in this HTML file, what we are doing, we have added this comp1 works. Okay, and in comp1 works we will simply specify the things like let me check. Yeah, so here in comp1 we have added one heading so that you can understand that yes, this is coming from the comp1 HTML file. And after that we have created one input field value disabled is disabled. Okay, so now to verify all these things, what we will do, we will simply execute this program, and we'll see how it is responding and what in all output are coming. So for that you can simply write here ng for Angular, g generate, c component, ng serve hyphen open, enter. So once you press enter, it will simply execute your code and will show you the output. So let's see how it goes. So it is executed. So you can see here we have Angular codes by TextureMate, forms in Angular, ControlValueAccessor, understanding the setDisabledState. We have setDisabledState example as a heading, one horizontal row, comp1 works, and input field with Amit. Then we have this disable control button. So whenever user click on this button, it will disable the input field and control. Okay, so let's see how it works. So whenever user click here, and now you can see you are not supposed to edit it because this is disabled. Now you are not able to change anything. Earlier, if I refresh it, earlier it was enabled, right? So if I want to change my name, I can simply change it here, right? But once user has clicked on this disable control, after that it won't work. Okay, it won't work. So always make sure that these kind of functionalities should be implemented when you wanted to give the control to the user through button, that if you want to disable anything you can, but if you don't want to provide these kind of information, then in that case do not provide buttons, otherwise user will be able to disable the things. Okay, so yeah, I think overall this session is clear to all of you. Just keep in mind that whatever we have written inside this is case sensitive, especially with few of the TypeScript things. So always make sure that method name, variable name, it should be in the same case, because here the meaning of letter A is completely different from the letter A in small case. Okay, so there is a difference of capital and small, so always use it wisely. So yeah, in today's session we talked about the setDisabledState. We discussed what it is, how we can use it, and also the benefits of it. In the upcoming session we'll discuss few more things. Meanwhile you can do the practice, and if you have any questions, queries, or suggestion related to maybe this session or any other particular session, feel free to reach out to me through the comment section so that I can try my best to help out you there. Okay, so yeah, see you today. That's all for today. See you in tomorrow's session. So thank you for watching Tech Sharma.